Good morning, YouTube family. Today is a very somber moment, but also an uplifting time for me. For as of today, at 1 p.m. on the 6th of April, 2020, the total number of corona cases worldwide is said to be 1,328,441. And of those 1,328,441, the death toll is said to be 73,759 people. Albeit a staggering number, one number stuck out to me, and one name stuck out to me. Myself and my friends, just like many people's family and friends, of the other 73,758 people, are feeling the same feelings on this morning. Last night, myself and my other fraternity brothers learned that one of our own beloved fraternity brothers and also line intake brothers succumbed to death of complications of the worldwide pandemic known to man as COVID-19. Today's message of Joy Comes in the Morning, with the undertitle of Grief Will Turn into Joy, is one that I bring to myself to understand. As God said in John 16:16, in verses 22 as well, as Jesus was talking to his disciples, he went on to say, "In a little while you will see me no more. And then after a little while, you will see me again." He went on to say in verse 22, "So with you now is your time of grief. But I will see you again, and no one will take away your joy." What that meant to me, as we all gathered together over phone calls last night and conversations, just remembering our brother in Christ and also our brother in the fraternity of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, we leaned on the very understanding that he had a great life. We also seemed to come to comfort because we knew that our fraternity brother knew the Lord and that he was in good hands. We also understood that it was a time for us to mourn. Just like it's a time for us to cry, it's a time for us to have joyous conversations and love, but we never skip the mourning process. For it's okay to mourn, just as in the title, Joy Comes in the Morning. And yes, it's a play on words. It could have been morning like tomorrow morning, but joy comes in the morning. No one can tell you how to grieve. No one can tell you when to stop grieving. For at the end of the day, it's your mourning process that gets you through the joy. So as we suffer, as the millions and millions of families suffer around the world from cases, and the thousands of people suffer in mourning behind the loss of a loved one from this pandemic, I tell you that the Lord was telling his disciples something that stuck with them throughout their times here. We all still and shall succumb to death in many different forms. But today I encourage you to mourn the life of your loved one, but also have joy in knowing that God has taken them on to glory and that you are still on this earth here to tell their story. Just continue to love on each other, continue to bless one another, but understand that God says we will meet again in that place that we call heaven. And to my frat brother and his family, and to our frat brothers around the world and all of us who are grieving at this time behind the loss of him, brother, we love you. We will meet again. And until then, we'll be missing you. As in the song, we will continue to sing your praises. We will ensure that your family and your friends understand the life and legacy that you left. And I encourage everybody out there who's dealing with this loss, who's dealing with a loss of a loved one during this time, grief will turn into joy. Don't rush that grief process. Don't rush the joy to come. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the process of life. Don't hate God for his assignments and the things that he's doing. Don't ask God why. Tell God, why not? Why not us? Why not us, the believers? For if you would have had anybody else, we don't know what they would have done with their life. So as me and my fraternity brothers celebrate the life of ours and the life of a love lost, I ask you guys to do the same thing. Mourn, but joy comes in the morning. Life after death, we will have it. Until we meet again, ship. Chris Marks, my deuce on my line. Deuce is wild. I love you. To the Omega chapter of Alpha you go. And we will meet again. Love you, ship.